The following is a production of the Neighborhood Sports Network. Find us at nspn.tv. It starts in the dog days of summer. Children say goodbye to their families to embark on a new adventure. The journey will cover a great distance, lasting months. They come from farm fields, lakes, city streets, and country roads. This gritty group forms a bond. They make a pact to fight, to bleed. As the autumn wind picks up, so does their intensity. Coaches lead the way, turning teenagers into gladiators. Inch by inch, play by play, these warriors fight side by side as they march toward victory. Power, speed, finesse. As the air chills, the focus is clear. The destination is at hand. The end is near.
Hello and welcome to our coverage of State Soccer 25 on NSPN.TV. I'm Ryan Phelps. For the past 2 weeks, we've had all the action from the girls' and boys' state soccer tournaments, and we conclude today with the state finals. We'll take you through all 6 games as the winners hoist the championship hardware. We thank you for joining us. Now, let's head out live to US Bank Stadium as we're set to kick off the state soccer championships.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to US Bank Stadium in beautiful downtown Minneapolis. I'm Zach Bain, and alongside former U of M Golden Gopher women's soccer coach Mickey Denny-Wright, it's the girls' Class A state title game featuring the number 2 seed Watertown-Mayer and the top-seeded Providence Academy. We'll get you a lot of this now. First, Mickey, I believe you have some opening notes to start us off. What do you have?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting battle. Obviously, it's the first time Watertown-Mayer has been to the state tournament, so this is brand new for them. First-year coach. They are a really good team, so underrated. They've knocked down a couple impressive teams getting into here, and they have a prolific attack, so they throw a lot of numbers forward. 104 goals for, just 6 against. So watch that. But guess what? They are coming up against an absolute juggernaut. Providence Academy and Madden Greenway, who has now become the leading goal scorer in the history of Minnesota girls soccer with 216 goals. This season she eclipsed Amy Bush of Benilde St. Margaret, who had 203. She has 61 goals on the season.
Unbelievable. Well, you know what? Before we get into those keys, because I know you got a whole bunch more, we have the highlights of Class 1A coming up right now.
In a stadium like this, all alone over the penalty spot, and it's Ashlyn Egeman now, the sophomore, for Watertown-Mayer. Scores! And Watertown-Mayer are on to the state championship.
Again, Romero in the middle. Long ball. Scored! Oh, what an effort by Romero. Wonderful strike from about 25 yards. Beats the goalkeeper to the top
Of this second half. Greenway gets to it, headed down, and running up onto it is Madden Greenway. Cuts in from the right. Madden Greenway, left-footed shot, and a goal!
Zeman takes it and gets some good length on it. Ball into the middle. Keeper comes. He's stranded, and the first goal of the game goes to St. Cloud Cathedral.
Well, there are your Class A highlights. Again, Zach Bain alongside former U of M soccer coach Mickey Denny-Wright. And Mickey, here's the bracket for the Class 1A. It was chalk all the way through with our top two teams making it to our finals, which will start in a handful of minutes. Mickey, what do you think about the bracket thus far?
Yeah, I mean, the top two teams came through, right? It got kind of set up the way you would think it's set up. Obviously, Watertown had to win a shootout the last game against a tough St. Cloud Cathedral game. But to be honest, Providence Academy has kind of soared through this. They've just been dominant. Now, they do have 3 losses on the season. Twice to Blake, who we just saw in the 2A final. What a team. They get beat by Matamidi 1-0, but wow, that Blake team is impressive, and they're going to be for years. And then they did lose to St. Paul Academy, so they've lost a few games. And they've given up some goals. So they've given up 19 goals against. So that might be their weakness, but Watertown-Mayer hasn't faced anything like Madden Greenway and Providence. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this. They typically play a 3-back. Are they going to continue to play a 3-back versus her? Are they going to bring another number? Are they going to man? Or are they just going to play and say, hey, we're going to go for a shootout? It's going to be a really fun game to see how these two teams match up.
Well, you were talking about the Royals of Watertown-Mayer. Let's get into how they got here. The Royals currently have a record of 18-1 on the year. They were perfect, 8-0 in conference play. Dan Menk is the head coach. As you said, Coach, he's a first-year head coach of this Watertown-Mayer girls soccer program. State quarterfinals, they defeated La Crescent 1-0. And then in the semifinals, as you said, they played in one of the best semifinal games ever as they bested the Crusaders 3-2 in a shootout. Their top performers thus far is number 7, Ainsley Blair with 2 goals and 2 points, and number 17, Kaylee Eggeman. And then moving on over, you can't speak anymore about a number 1 Providence Academy. They're 17-3-1. They were 5th-3. They finished 2nd in conference play. Ellen Moran is the head coach of the Lions girls soccer program. State quarterfinals, they breezed past Albert Lee 14-0. And then in the state semifinals, they beat the very tough Eskimos of Esko 3-1. Top tournament performers, there she is, the Golden Girl herself, Maddie Greenway, 9 goals, 1 assist. That's good for 10 points. And then Beckett Greenway, don't forget about her either. 4 goals on her own with 5 points in total. Elise Jensen as well, she has 3 goals, and Greta Reitz has a goal herself in the state tournament. Well, Coach, you've talked about both these teams have a pair of really strong sisters. How about you talk about them?
Yeah, I think, we've seen, obviously, through the state tournament, we've seen a lot of talk about sisters, family in Matamidi. We've talked about kids playing. We talked about, soccer's a family here in Minnesota, so there's so many connections throughout, and I think it's really fun to play with your sibling. And, these Greenway sisters, this is the first year, they have played together. They are both very, very talented. And, I think what makes Madden Greenway such a good attacker, I've watched Minnesota soccer, high school soccer for a long time here. She is a relentless goal scorer, I'd say, but a superb athlete. So I've seen Izzy Engel, who's also superb. You've seen some of the top goal scorers. How do she compare to them? Well, she's right there. And Izzy Engel is obviously getting looks on the national team, played for Notre Dame now. But the thing that makes Madden Greenway is she's so explosive. I mean, just a superb athlete, and this is her second sport. So watching her play basketball is even more exciting. But her athleticism just overwhelms kids, especially at the 1A level.
Again, a fairly good turnout, especially for the Watertown-Mayer side.
Look at that. I love that.
Yeah, for a 1A school.
Halloween night.
Yeah, Halloween night, football night too. I mean, it is a fairly good turnout. Again, we have 2 games left tonight, and we'll start with the girls' 1A title game, and then we'll move over to the boys' 1A title game. But first, a very highly anticipated matchup. A team that's gone to state quite a bit against a team making their first trip to the dance. It's the Lions of Providence Academy taking on the Royals of Watertown-Mayer High School.
First, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting team. They are the Section 6 champions, the Watertown-Mayer Royals. The goalkeeper, senior, number 1, Lauren Grimm. Defense, sophomore, number 3, Ashlyn Eggeman. Defense, senior, number 5, Bryn Stuckey. Defense, junior, number 6, Grace McCabe. Midfield sophomore number 7, Ainsley Blair. Midfield senior number 9, Ellie Lommel. Midfield senior number 11, Abby Plain. Forward junior number 16, Ellie Allen. Forward senior number 17, Kaylee Eggeman. Defense sophomore number 22, Audrey Nathan. And forward 9th grade number 33, Emma Johnson. The head coach of the Watertown-Mayer Royals is Dan Menk. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Section 6 champions, the Watertown-Mayer Royals. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team. They are the Section 5 champions, the Providence Academy Lions. The goalkeeper, junior, number 0, Audrey Steves. Midfield, 9th grade, number 5, Beckett Greenway. Defense, senior, number 6, CC Karen. Midfield, 8th grade, number 8, Elise Jensen. Defense, 9th grade, number 9, Bella Schaefer. Defense, 9th grade, number 10, Michaela Green. Defense, senior, number 14, Liz Hughes. Forward, junior, number 23, Lindsay Hutt. Midfield, sophomore, number 25, Blake Hudson. Midfield, senior, number 29, Annabelle Elber. And forward, senior, number 30, Madden Greenway. The head coach of the Providence Academy Lions is Ellen Moran. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Section 5 champions, the Providence Academy Lions. The national anthem was presented prior to our first game of the day this morning. At this time, we'll ask the visiting team, the Watertown-Mayer Royals, to step forward, greet the game officials and their opponent, the Providence Academy Lions. Now the Providence Academy Lions greeting the game officials. Good luck to both teams. In the Class 1A Girls State Championship game, the Watertown-Mayer Royals and the Providence Academy Lions.
All right, Coach. Again, Zach Bain alongside former Golden Gopher women's soccer head coach Mickey Denny-Wright. Now, Mickey, again, we talked about the sisters earlier. Now, the one thing I did notice, I mean, you've talked about that the Lions have given up goals. That's been their big weakness. They're going up against one of the best goal differential teams that we've probably ever seen in this state.
Great point. So Watertown with 104 goals for, only 6 against. So they are tough. They are tough defensively. I love the way they play. They come out in a 3-4-3. They throw numbers forward. I mean, this is a team that's built on the attack. So asking them to sit back and absorb would be a different style. I don't think that's what they're going to do with their first team. I think they're going to go for it. I think they have a lot of confidence in their attack, and it's gotten them this far undefeated in the season.
One thing I did notice about the starting lineup for the Lions, it is a very variety from 8th grade all the way up to senior. They have a strong variety in their starters today.
Yeah, it's a smaller school. You know, in these smaller schools, you're going to see a lot of they need the younger players.
Yes.
So you get an opportunity for the younger kids to play. And you're right, they have a lot of 9th graders. They have an 8th grader in there. They have a 7th grader. So you're looking at, you know, this is what happens in some younger schools. We did actually see in the previous games, you know, Wayzata had one freshman play. Stillwater had a freshman starting in the midfield, and then, you know, there was some dispersed in the Blake team as well, and a few in the Matamidi. So you're seeing that in the girls soccer, and really at this level, you know, in Minnesota girls soccer, the youth movement is on. So you see a lot of these players stepping on right away and contributing to their high school.
You know, I will say, covering soccer with NSPN the last 2 years, and then covering some D3 soccer in the UMAC conference when I played baseball for a school there. You know, everyone talks about Minnesota being a hockey state, and by all means it definitely is, but a lot of people forget that the soccer competition, just like many other lesser-known sports here, is very competitive.
You're so right. We're sending so many young women, probably 50 to 60 a year, going on to the next level, be it Division III, which the MIAC is a very competitive conference, along with the WIAC, Division II, which Minnesota State is great. I mean, there's some great Division II, Augustana, and then also you know, obviously the Division I level. We have a lot of players playing throughout the country that are successful there. So Minnesota soccer, girls soccer, has never been better. We have a lot of players going on to the next level.
And there you hear, that is the Watertown-Mayer student section in the top of your frame. Again, it's Halloween night. There's a football night here. But again, they've driven down to downtown Minneapolis to cheer on their beloved girls soccer team. Again, this is the first ever time the Royals have qualified for the state title game, and they're really trying to make it count.
I mean, it's awesome, their community support. They're so proud of these young women and what they've done. I love it.
I mean, especially for, again, like you mentioned, a smaller school, a smaller area.
Yeah, it's and there's tons of parents have come out. So, you know, this is big for them. This is huge, and they're taking it very seriously, and it's awesome to see and they have a great task ahead of them here. I don't think they have any doubt. I mean, I think they're coming on front foot, full belief that though most people would say Providence, you know, has been here 4 championships in a row. They won it last year. They're the defending state champion. I think Watertown is not going to play scared. No,
and they definitely don't look like it. I mean, they, you know, as you were saying, there came Madden Greenway up on the right side over there, and both 2 defenders stepped up on her and said, "You're not getting past me." So.
And here they are right away getting a corner.
Yes.
We've talked throughout the day about the importance of set pieces, Zach, and corners. So these are great opportunities. You have to make these count, especially when you're playing a team like Providence. So I'm always interested to see how these teams set up for corners, both defensive and attack. But you can't waste these opportunities. They're bringing 2 to the corner, which I love. This is the first time I've seen this all day. I love it.
That is very interesting. I've never seen that before myself, as Blair moving in, fires, and it's in! The Royals strike first!
What a great organization of a corner. Fantastic. That's exactly how the coach drew it up. On the chalkboard, that's how they trained it. They did it all week. What a way to set a tone. So watch this replay here. They send 2 to the corner. Now Providence makes a mistake. They only send 1 to defend it. So it's a 2v1. They serve it in with their left foot, and then they screen the goalkeeper so she can't see the ball. What a great goal, and we talked about the importance of these. So they came on the front foot.
I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, you talk about the definition of coming in on the right foot. How about getting the lead over one of the best soccer programs in the state? And like I was saying, I've been around soccer for a good part of my life. I have never seen anything like that, but I guess it works.
They do it quite a bit. So you do see it, maybe not as much as high school soccer, but you do see it quite a bit. But the thing is if you don't practice how to defend that, you're not quite ready. And you're right, Providence was caught. What that tells me is a lot about this coach.
Yes.
He is set. He's prepared. He's clearly prepared his team well. And obviously his first year, he's done a heck of a job with this group, because that is exactly how he drew it up on the whiteboard.
Piggybacking off one thing you just said is this coach is clearly getting his girls ready for the next level. Like you said, you don't see a play like that a lot in high school, but you see it at the college level.
Absolutely.
You know, what a better way to prepare your student athletes for the next level than drawing up college level plays to execute.
Yeah, absolutely. You see it. I mean, it's quite a bit at the next level.
All right, well, if you just joined us, shame on you. Zach Bain alongside Coach Denny Wright, former Gopher women's head coach. Again, number 7, Ainsley Blair, on a beautiful executed corner kick play, has brought the Watertown-Mayer Royals in front early here in downtown Minneapolis.
And Ainsley Blair was the first team All-State for Watertown, and she's the player, as I've been watching them play, she really is the central figure. I mean, she's kind of the heartbeat of this team.
Quick save there.
That's a good save, because you got to be on your line from distance there. I think Beckett Greenway took that shot, but great save. And they're going to have to deal with some pressure here.
You know, the one thing I've noticed, again, I was a catcher at one point for baseball, and that's happened for me before. But one thing is the scoreboards look like they're definitely in that line of sight for a goalkeeper possibly. And again, with a white ball with a bright scoreboard, your eyes got to keep on it.
Interesting. I've never thought of that.
I have a lot of weird thoughts like that. My wife hates it, but
But it's a little bit different in soccer because the ball is as big in the background. You don't think about background as much, but I totally have two baseball playing sons, so I totally get what you're talking about.
But again, it's like, but for most of these girls, and for all these players, they're used to playing at a high school stadium where the backdrop is, the dark sky, the dark black. So it's nice and easy to see the ball as the punt goes to the near side past the 50, headed at the middle by Schaefer.
Okay, so something unique they're doing, Watertown, and you kind of were thinking, how is the coach going to adjust to Madden Greenway, right? Most prolific goal scorer in Minnesota soccer history. Are you going to adjust? So they've taken Ainsley Blair, first team All-State, probably the player I've noticed the most on his squad, and almost man marking.
Look at them. They're going in sync. They look like a marching formation. They're all at the 20. They went in sync 15 yards back. They are.
So she is man marking. So you see number 7 is going to be man marking Madden Greenway. That's going to be the way. And really, that's probably your only chance, because if you give her space and time to play, it's going to be a tough night. But they're also marking her with their best athlete. Now, when you're up a goal, you can do that, right? Because you don't need Ainsley to obviously score and contribute other ways. But I bet you she stays there with her throughout the game.
Well, one thing I noticed is that little break into the 18 right there. They were looking for Madden Greenway, and she was covered by 2 girls immediately. They were not letting her touch that ball at all. It immediately got cleared out, and it almost resulted in a pretty good offensive opportunity for the Royals right there. It looks like another one might be on the horizon too.
Yeah, they can play. Watertown can clearly play, and they're super well organized, so this is going to be a heck of a matchup.
And look at that. They were looking for Greenway right in the middle, and she basically almost on a slant route. She ran right into a defender right at the 25 there.
Yeah, you're going to have to limit. But the problem is when you have somebody like Madden Green, you need somebody who can match up athletically. Well, who has that? You know what I mean?
Look at that acceleration.
Yeah, so 7, they've dictated that Ainsley Blair is that player that can match up athletically with Madden Greenway, which is a really tough assignment. Because not only is she fast, but she's so strong.
You can even see it from up here. We're sitting at the club level right at the 50, and you can even see the size difference from up here.
It's something that a lot of the players now in girls, women's soccer, they're on lifting programs, earlier and earlier, working on speed. And it's clear that Madden has done that throughout her career. Probably, I'm sure her dad, Chad, mom, Jenny, have taught her that because they were both Division I athletes.
Swing and a miss opportunity here going into the 18. It gets cleared out by Hughes. Hughes was originally tried to clear it out of the 18. She missed, and here comes Greenway on the far side. Madden Greenway into the 18, battles by defenders, fires, and is behind. Oh, it was a golden opportunity to tie.
Would be what it's called. And there Ainsley Blair stepped, and Madden got in behind her, and then she couldn't catch her. But they brought over somebody, but that was a golden opportunity. It was on the doorstep there.
Yep. And again, she was looking for 23. That's Hutt. It's junior. That's number 23. And that one goes way above the crossbar. Again, a golden opportunity for the Lions to tie this game here with over 31 minutes remaining in half number 1.
And Providence Academy plays your classic 4-3-3. A lot of high school teams play this system. A lot of college teams play this system. And they keep Madden on the right side. Her sister Beckett's underneath her. But also important players, number 25, Blake Hudson. I've really liked her. She's a sophomore. She sits in that D-mid spot, a ball winner, but also a play setter. And then obviously their center back, their captain, Cece Karen. She's been a really important figure. She's another senior for Providence and has done a lot of different roles for them, but she's been fantastic at center back.
Maddie Greenway is going to draw a whistle here. And the student section doesn't like it.
No, they don't like that.
They don't like any call. I
think I heard they were wearing these neon construction vests to signify, their blue-collar roots in Watertown-Mayer. I read that, which I love.
One kid's got a hard hat on in the second row.
Yeah, they got hard hats. They're saying, I love it. You got to know who you are.
We have a girl in the first row on the left.
And besides that, it's all guys.
Well, she has a full firefighter unit top on her. She's got
I think they are signifying the blue collar. This is another great play. So we talked about set pieces, and another great play mapped out here by their first-year coach at Providence, Ellen Moran. So you had, instead of just serving a ball in, you had Greenway cutting across and then playing a ball into feet.
Yep, but then again.
There we go, corners. We know how important, right?
Fired
what a
into
ball.
The 6 just fine. It is a nice ball, but it's headed by Greenway, I believe.
Wow, that was a heck of a ball. Another one on the doorstep there. Surprised they didn't finish that. So that's sister-to-sister service, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think they practice that in the backyard?
Just a tad. You think they've probably broken a window or two? Could you imagine that? Trying to work on quarter kicks, trying to do your job, trying to do what your parents want you to do, and then you break the glass, you come on into the kitchen, Mom.
Well, I would say that the thing is that you do, as a coach coming into these games, Watertown-Mayer heard their coach say in the paper that they practice PKs after every practice, and guess what determined their advancement? Penalty kicks. So these kind of things, penalty kicks, set pieces, corners, are so critical in these state games.
Long ball into the box. It is flagged down by Lauren Grimm, the goalkeeper tonight for the Royals. She is a senior, and ball is...
Remember, only 6 goals against this year. So she's good. They've done a great job defensively. They've been organized, and you can see their organization.
They don't. The defense is smartly. They're not that aggressive. They stay very well disciplined. They don't bite. They don't let too many people behind them.
Yeah. Protect the space behind, because if you're up against such fast players, you really have to protect the space in behind.
You know, one thing I've seen covering some soccer is a lot of these defenses will play up to try and draw like somewhat of a cheap offsides call. That might not be the case here tonight with the Royal defenses. They have a very disciplined style, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Lions just about at the football goal line over there.
Yeah, and you can see step for step Ainsley Blair. I'm guessing she's the fastest kid on the Watertown-Mayer because, you know, the speed of Greenway. So you have to have somebody. So they're going to match up. That'll be interesting to watch all night. Remember, this is an 80-minute game. So we're 12 in. You got to. That's the hard thing about the man-marking system, the defensive system. It's a long game to do that.
You know, it's a marathon, but it definitely started out as a sprint.
Yeah,
I mean, it really did.
Getting a goal up is wonderful. Great way to start your first ever state high school final.
Yeah.
Right? I've been just so impressed with Watertown's mentality. It just, they are not afraid of anything, nor do they sit in. They're not scared, and I just love that.
They're not afraid of one of the best female athletes the state has ever seen.
Which means you're not afraid of much.
And her very athletic sister as well. You know,
I love that about them. And I attribute to their coach. I mean, he has prepared them well, and with the right mentality, you have to come out on the front foot.
You know, and especially when you have a player like that, and on the basketball team as well, who's getting headlines in the Star Tribune and on Strib Varsity and is generating Division I college coaches and scouts to the stands, you have to level their head and realize they're still playing a team sport.
That's absolutely a team sport. Oh, what a ball in.
Nice ball to the near side. Can it kept in bounds? Yes, it can. Nice play. Moving up is Allen, number 16. Can she win the race? No, she cannot.
What a ball in behind. It's just, they play great soccer, Watertown-Mayer. You can see that.
One thing I am noticing, though, is some of these, and I saw this earlier in the first round of the state tournament, some of these teams have had trouble with the turf here, with judging the hops off the turf. I believe one of the teams, I'm not sure who, they play on a grass field.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I think
most teams I cover play on turf, but Providence might play grass. You think Watertown-Mayer plays grass?
Cathedral plays on grass.
Okay. There's so few of them now, to be honest, just because you're usually training on the same fields as football. I mean, it's almost impossible in Minnesota. So everybody, there's just so few grass fields anymore. At the University of Minnesota, we had a grass field, but we could train on it every day because we were the only team. But it's hard with these kids and all the teams and all the turf is just so much easier for them to play on.
Loose ball by the logo. Schaefer goes to get it, boots it up, looking for Greenway. Hop in front, headed a little bit, looks like by Blair. Greenway moving into the box, fires in the left foot. It is not that aggressive, though. And picking up the ground ball is Grimm.
So you can see, I mean, she can crush it with a right and or left. She's capable with all. So, and she'll take it from anywhere.
Looked like she didn't get a full 100%, though, on that windup with that left leg, though. I'm not sure. I mean, hit more of a soft ground ball, but she can definitely raise it if she needs to. There's Greenway again, moving into the box, trying to curl around. Nice pass. Ball and a diving, but it's not going to matter as it goes out of bounds, no contact. And that was at number 29, Alber.
And one of the important things, I think, and Watertown-Mayer has a very tough midfield. They have Lomo in there. She's a second-team All-State kid. They're talented in there. You're gonna want to hold the ball. So even though they're to dictate play, they're gonna have to keep possession, just like they are now, right here. Whoever's gonna hold the ball, so critical.
Good play there by Hudson, one of the defensemen tonight for the Lions, keeping that ball on the left side of the field. And now it's going to be a throw-in for Grace McCabe of the Royals. McCabe surveys, winds up, fires. Nice throw-in off of the head of Schaefer. Bounds all to the Egeman of the Royals. Tries to pass it up by the logo. Still at midfield. Nice ball. Looking up. It takes a bounce to the left. Foot race for it. It's going to be batted out of bounds by number 6. That's Karen of the Lions, but it's going to be a throw for the Royals.
And they're definitely targeting Ellie Allen over here, aren't they? Sending her quite a few balls through. They're most comfortable, Watertown, on this right side.
Well, and again, that's actually how the corner kick got set up. They were looking for her earlier.
But those long balls in behind can be incredibly dangerous, and clearly, they've worked on that before, and this is where they're comfortable attacking. And for Providence, that's going to be their left side's going to have to stand up to the task.
So what's a key thing, like if a midfielder or a defenseman is trying to create a pass like that, what are you looking for in terms of what the opposing defense is doing?
When they're looking for these long ball, diagonal balls, what they're looking for is the team has shifted over. So you're looking, they call that, a weak side ball. So it's open on the opposite side because it's backside. So they're waiting for Providence to shift all the way, and then they serve a long ball over to Allen on the right side. It can be incredibly effective, and here we go.
Speaking of long balls, long ball to Greenway. Greenway on the far side. There's Blair with her. Ball's into the middle. Diving, the ball is loose. Shot, it's blocked. A beautiful block just outside the 6.
What a heroic effort there by the goalkeeper.
And that's also McCabe who turned her back. McCabe actually blocked the second shot. Here's a replay. Here's Greenway moving in. Nice pass just outside. There's the stop there by Grimm. And then there is number 8, Jensen. And there you see McCabe with Grimm.
Just love the mentality, just all out. There's Grimm coming out, and she's good off her line.
And we talked about it almost all night thus far, Coach, is the all or nothing. Hey, this is our first time here. You don't like to use the term, house money, but, I mean, it's your first time to the tournament, right? And
it's so true. But here's the thing, the most important quality for a goalkeeper, courage. So coming off your line like that, putting your face in front of a foot, I mean, you have to have courage in this game of soccer, and the goalkeeper, and Grimm has shown that thus far. So those balls served across, you just putting your face in front of a ball takes courage. So I've been really impressed with her courage.
Smart adjustment. Greenway tried to send that one to the box, almost a mirror image of what happened a few moments ago. And I believe, once again, that was Blair who turned her back to it and banged it out of bounds. But it's going to result in a corner kick here for the Lions.
So Providence brings in Chase, and Watertown-Mayer subs out Allen to bring in number 25, Lilies.
Ball just outside off of a couple heads, one by each team. Ball is loose now, high bounce, taken away nicely. Good chance here for the Lions. Ball's on the near side, that's Schaefer, tries to get it in, it gets deflected. Now it gets sent up over the leg of, I believe, we'll get a number on that quick, that's number 10, that is Menk, who you just checked into the game here.
And that's Hughes, another center back for Providence, just winning that first time ball in so that Watertown can't hold possession up top. That's good 50-50 ball winning. Here's Beckett into number 8, Jensen, Elise Jensen, I'm sorry. She's an 8th grader for Providence. Again, down this right side, right?
Yep, down the right side. Smart play there by number 6. Once again, that's Karen. She just lets that roll out of bounds to set up a throw-in.
Yeah, and as a senior who's been part of this program and started for 4 years, I mean, she has a ton of experience, 4 years in the state championship game. So she can bring a lot of wisdom and really composure and maturity to this Providence team. You're down a goal. I expect Karen and the other seniors to carry them because they've been in this experience before.
Hutt keeps it in. Greenway fights by Blair, and Blair does not draw a call. Play continues. Crossing midfield to the near side. Poked on up now. Providence gets possession back to the defense, and it gets banged out of bounds right by the midfield flag. That's going to result in a throw-in for McCabe and the Royals. McCabe fires a line drive throw-in again on that right side, and ball's loose for a little moment as Karen controlled it for a moment, then she lost it, regains control again, gets it up to Hunt on the near side, goes toward the middle. Now it's banged back the other way, bang back right the other way by Beckett Greenway, and she does it again up to her sister. Greenway turns the corner for a little bit on Blair, fires too high.
You can see how she can strike it
in an
with
instant.
both the right and the left.
In an instant,
so that's
too.
a unique quality to be able to, crush balls from both your right and your left. Up top, the Watertown player, number 10, is Alyssa Mink. She's ninth grader, number 10, and I'm guessing that must be her dad or relative
that's my
coaching.
best guess.
So that's kind of cool. Again, we've talked about earlier how soccer is a family affair. It's an special family affair. It really is. It's a unique sport. A lot of families involved.
And again, especially at these smaller schools as well. You talked about that.
You got to love it.
Ball's at the midfield, passing out on the far side. This is the first time we've seen a big
I love it.
opportunity.
Look how much they're playing soccer. So Watertown-Mayer is really settling the ball down and playing. This is something I feel like Providence has got to do, settle it down and keep the ball a little bit more.
They kind of look like a shark, like circling around, just waiting to strike. You're looking for that nice shooting lane. You're looking for an opening somewhere because someone's going to have it.
But it really, I know you can play it to Greenway, but I think it is important to also, knock the ball around and move the ball and not be one-dimensional for Providence.
Honestly, the person who had the best, chance right now is probably Lindsey Hutt, number 23, who's on the near side of the field.
Great point.
Throw into Greenway right away, passes it off to Beckett Greenway, and it's taken away right by the Watertown-Mayer defense again, passing to the midfield. Ball's loose on the far side, crossing midfield, and it'll go out of bounds, and the Lions will get to throw in at midfield. Quick throw in. Couple dribbles now, racing back. Hughes sends a deep ball once again, looking for Greenway, headed right back by the Watertown-Mayer defense. Loose ball, Madden Greenway moves in. She's got it, and that is no call. Play will continue.
Yeah, that's the right call. A good tackle, got the ball.
And the official made a very emphatic call right away. He was like, we're not stopping play for that.
That was the right call, so good for that. It's been incredible officiating. This is my third game today, and I've been really impressed with the officials.
Well, and the thing is,
but that's the right call.
You talk, and here's the importance. Say that the official does call that. Now that sets up for the rest of the game. Hey, if something like that happens on the other side, you better be blowing the whistle, or you're going to be hearing about it.
Yep.
Good chance here once again for the Lions, stopping on a dime.
Well done there to settle the ball. Again, they're trying to settle the ball.
Greenway loses it.
I mean, those tackles are clean, so you got to give credit to the official to recognize that.
And, I mean, again, we talked about their fan section and a tough blue-collar team, a tougher nuts and bolts, grind down the field, blue-collar mentality.
They certainly have that mentality, the fans and the players.
Again, this is where the ball has really been going back and forth for the last 5 minutes, basically between the 20.
See if Mink can hold this up. So that's what's important right there is that ball played forward is holding the next pass, so holding the possession. Again, same thing for Providence here.
Chase, who checked into the game off the bench, had it. Yep. It is sent up on the far side. Ball is loose. Foot race for the ball. Won there by Blair. It gets out of bounds. The Royal faithful, they want to call. It's not going to get it. This is going to
be a watched matchup game. I feel like the crowd, this is going to be an intense matchup, and the crowd is definitely following that. It's right on their side. Madden and Blair are right there against each other, right in front of our blue-collar.
Yeah, our blue-collar faithful.
Watertown-Mayer faithful.
The soccer union over there. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to result in a goal kick here for Grimm.
That's a great one. The Watertown-Mayer Soccer Union.
The girls' soccer union.
You might have started something, Zach.
Oh, boy. That's never a good thing,
Every soccer fan section needs a name.
Oh, no.
And they might not have one yet, but.
I'm pretty sure there's worse things to be called than that.
I love it.
Ball to the 35 on their own side of the field. Now it's a long ball to the other side. Racing to get it. It's number 14. That's Hughes for the Lions. Right behind her, looks like that is Mink. Far side battle right back the other way. Another good opportunity. Nice defense there for a second by Karen. And the ball rolls back to midfield. Loose ball on the near side. Here comes Hutt for it. She sets it. And we're going to have a stoppage, I believe. And we're going to have an injury on the far side. I believe that is Mink, I believe.
No, not Mink. They subbed in. I believe we'll get a look at it as soon as hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, that's the main concern.
So Mink was 10. She just subbed out here.
Okay, so then
it was a sub that just came in.
It is number 33. It is Emma Johnson, a starting freshman.
Yeah, the freshman starting.
And speaking of Mink, here she comes right back in.
Yeah, they're going to take her out, and Mink's going to come back in. She is a starting freshman. Looks a little beat up, obviously. She has a knee wrap and a quad, but went down hard.
She seems to be walking off on her own power pretty well.
It's nice they have some depth there and ability to rotate players.
But the thing is Mink was out there for quite a bit covering some very tough forwards, and Mink had some fast breaks down the field as well in the last handful of minutes, and she maybe only got a minute break on the bench, and now she checks back in.
So hopefully Emma Johnson, the freshman forward, started the game and then came out. Mink spelled her for a bit, and then she was coming back in, but she looks okay. We'll see if she's able to come back in.
We'll keep you updated if she comes back to the bench. Ball's at the far side now, loose by the logo, and running into each other was a couple of Providence defenders there for a quick moment. Jensen has it now for the Lions. Nice, tough defense once again. That continues for the Royals in this opening half. Ball to the right side of Greenway. It's off of the back of Madden Greenway. Trying to go outside again. She's tried this all night. Greenway fires, and the ball's still in play. It's loose, cleared out nicely.
There's been a couple balls right on the doorstep there that have come across the frame that Providence just hasn't finished.
Again, if you just joined us, Zach Bain alongside former Gopher women's head coach Mickey Denny-Wright, and coach is talking about a lot of open door opportunities on the near side post.
Yeah, it's the third one, right across the frame.
Including one that took a couple of great defensive plays from the Royals, especially goalkeeper Lauren Grimm. Loose ball now, running to get it, and running right behind quickly, though. That was Chase off the bench.
Lomo's doing a good job at number 9. She's a second-team All-State kid for Watertown-Mayer. Doing a good job of settling it in there, I think.
That's Emma.
Here's Mink coming back in.
Lamel now, that was Cradrick, number 20, who sent that one in. Audrey Stevens, the goalkeeper for the Lions tonight, punts it away. Sky-high ball at midfield. Passing back to the defense, that's Healy who's off the bench for the Lions today. There goes Greenway, far side, deflected right away.
Here we go, another corner opportunity. And we've seen this before. Beckett, Greenway comes in and sends a beautiful back post ball to her sister. So I would be watching for that.
See if they break in here. There's two of them. That's Greenway and Green on the near side corner of the 6. We'll see if they charge in on the near side post. Line drive caught right away.
She just didn't strike it the same, did she? Yep. But they definitely were looking for the back post ball. They had two players.
Now, I will say if they had someone on the far side corner of the 6, they might have had a chance for a header opportunity right there because, again, Grimm was very aggressive to that ball heading into the box.
Yeah, she's tough off her line, Grimm. So she reads those balls in early to get off her line. And that's going to be important because Providence does play a lot of balls in behind. They're looking to get in behind that space of your backs, and that's an important place for your goalkeeper to patrol.
Gronick on the near side now passes toward midfield. And we talked about good team soccer. The Royals doing, especially at the start of this first half, a very good job of passing.
Really all starts in there with Lomo. She settles things down, number 9. Great ball served in.
Ball to the left side. Ball still in the box. Not cleared out. Good opportunity. Nice block.
What a
save.
Wow. That was literally another ball on the doorstep. And we talked about number 6, Cece Karen, and she saved the day there. Watch this. They come in. What a ball served across. It drops right there, and Cece Karen just lays her body out along with the goalkeeper. Well done.
And that might have been an even better break, because if you saw in that replay, number 10, Michaela Green was ready to just bang that ball right out of bounds to set up a corner kick for Watertown-Mayer. Instead, Stevens gets possession of it and gets to punt it away and set up something for the Lions.
Certainly, if that's not tackled, that ball is in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So huge stop there by Karen. Well done by Providence.
Throw in here for Providence. It's number 9. That's Schaefer. Throws it straight ahead of her. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer working up. Near side taken away. The tough defense continues, and I believe that's Miss Blair once again. Ball's loose on the far side. Another deep ball just outside the 18. Greenway has it out in front. Wow. Greenway trying to curl outside again, trying to turn the corner. Blair fights it. Blair takes it away.
Man, right by the Union. That was a tremendous. You got to give credit to Blair here. She has her hands full.
And it's
She's
a nice
doing
ball
a
out the
wonderful
field.
job.
That ball stayed
Again.
in bounds. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. That ball almost looked like it got out of bounds, but it does not. Another good opportunity here. Fires, nice block. A great defensive play on the near side.
And you could see again, see how hard these young women are laying out for the ball, and that's Karen. Impressed by her effort, number 6.
Again, the seniors' last game, making it count. A beautiful block to really stop the forward momentum there for the Royals on that offensive attack. Ball goes to the feet of Hutt, who sends a one-hopper to midfield. Loose ball, nicely taken away by Chase off the bench. Chase looking up to Greenway, off the tip of the foot of Greenway, and it's banged out of bounds once again by Blair.
Just a wonderful atmosphere over there on the right side. I'm sure these two young women are fierce competitors in everything they do. So they are enjoying this as well.
They both kind of touched each other on the back and said, hey, good job.
Exactly.
You know, these are the
they're competitors, you bet.
You know, the sophomore's not a deer in the headlights. She is playing right on toe with, again, the Golden Girl herself, Madden Greenway. Throwing on the near side right in front of their bench for the Lions. Hard one-hop throw right by the football sideline. Loose ball in the middle. Here comes Greenway. Greenway! Score!
What a goal. Beautiful ball in behind, and she timed her run perfectly and just finished it. Touched it around the goalkeeper, Grimm. Not a whole lot she can do there, and finishes it. But she timed a beautiful run in behind Blair.
One thing we talked about on that corner, the last corner kick for Providence, Grimm was very aggressive to that ball. She was pretty aggressive out in the box for that one as well.
You're not wrong. She was aggressive, but she thought that she took a big touch. She had to come there, and then she just touched it around her.
We are knotted up at 1 apiece. Madden Greenway has evened things up here in the Class A state title game with just over 8.5 left to play.
A very even match so far, though. Both teams have had opportunities, and Providence was a bit due there with Madden. She had a few looks, haven't they? And they had a few go across the frame, but she didn't make any doubt of that one and finished it.
Goal kick on the far side. It's going to be taken by defenseman Karen. Nice ball, booted up beautifully up to Greenway. Greenway on the far side, battling with Blair. Greenway advancing. Greenway fires off of the foot of Blair. Out of bounds it goes. Here comes another corner kick on the far side for the Lions.
Again, I think that they'll send this. Becca is trying to send this to the far post, but again, part of it is just having somebody who consistently find that same spot so you know where it's headed. And they don't really have anyone running to the near post, so this is all built for the back post.
All right, ball headed, bouncing to the left side of the post.
Then you can see how dangerous that is when you serve the ball into the 6 like that. And her ball has a great a level of backspin.
Yeah.
So that's really easy for players to finish. Sometimes when players drive a ball with no backspin, you can imagine what it feels like heading that kind of ball. So sometimes that's a struggle, but when you have a player that can, texture a ball or put some backspin on it, it's so much easier to win it and head it.
Nice ball on the near side, out too far in front, though, of Johnson.
Johnson's back in the game, so that's good to see. She went down with an injury.
Far ball, and the Watertown-Mayer bench was begging for an offsides call on Greenway. They don't get it.
And I think this is a smart adjustment by Madden Greenway and Providence. They struggled when they were playing to her feet, so now they're finding her in behind.
Ball is still in the 18, by the way. Still not cleared out yet. Now it is, but right to the feet of Schaefer of the Lions. Schaefer sends a line drive, and on a short hop, pouncing on it is Grimm.
That was a tough hop there. She did well with that, but you can see how now they're trying to find Madden in behind. That's a dangerous ball and a great adjustment by Providence.
High bounce on the far side. It will cross midfield. No one touches it, so Green will throw it in quickly for the Lions.
Last 5 minutes, such an even game here, and this is going to dictate so much. Going into the locker room, it's 1-1. Both teams have had opportunities, so this last 5 minutes is who can bring it. Watertown has dropped off a bit with their press, so maybe they can go ahead and get some numbers forward and create another opportunity. In the same way, Providence, Madden can score at any time. So one free ball, she could be in.
So if your coach, well, as we just saw, I mean, that was almost a free ball right there. A great play as Grimm was very aggressive. If you're Coach Mink and, you started the game off hot, you went up early on a beautiful corner kick play, you've just given up the lead, what is the message on the bench right now and in the locker room at halftime?
I mean, I think if we started the game and Watertown said we're going to come in 1-1, they would be thrilled. So you just look at, hey, we're perfect. We are tied. It's all us. We got 40 minutes. I think they can be incredibly happy with this opportunity. They've created a couple opportunities down on the other end. So they've held Madden pretty much at bay. I mean, they've stopped a lot of opportunities, and they've created some of their own. So I think it's just staying on the front foot and staying positive. This team is clearly the most comfortable when they are on the front foot, when they are attacking. You don't want to defend for 40. We're here to win it. As you said, you're playing with house money. You've got nothing to lose. This is the last game, right? So all in.
Ball's in the middle. That's number 14, Hughes, charged right away by, looked like Johnson. Loose ball at the middle. Battle for it by the Vikings logo. Goes back to the right side on the Providence half of the field. Greenway, Beckett Greenway looks for her sister. Batted back right away by the Royal defense.
I just love how Lomo keeps the ball in there every time she gets it for Watertown.
And like you said, it's for an instant. It's like she's in the Matrix. She slows it down for an instant. It feels like back and forth headers, quick line drives off the foot.
Settles it, and then she just finds possession. Very calm player, lots of composure. She's been an important piece.
And again, it's stuff like that that will never go on the score sheet, but it eventually at points leads to something that will go on the score sheet, assists and goals.
Absolutely. As you said before, soccer you need everybody. It's a team game.
Ball's inside the 18, cleared out on the far side. Royals retain possession up on the far side, looking toward the middle.
There's Lomo again.
Lomo steps over the ball, trips over the ball. Ball's at midfield, taken away. And how about Chase off the bench for Providence? It's a handball on Chase, but still, Chase did not start. She comes off the bench, and she's done yeoman's work, subbing
sophomore.
in.
She definitely has. She's added her own little element in there.
I mean, it can't be easy, being a sophomore like Chase, and then you check into the game. On your right is Madden Greenway, and on your left is Lindsey Hutt, an experienced junior starter for the Lions.
And here we go. Here's the corner we talked about. Zach, a lot has been created off this. They'll take their time. Only 3 minutes left in the half. These kind of opportunities, they're going to send two again. So let's see if Providence adjusts.
Well, they have two defenders right in front there, right on the 18.
So when they send two, you send two, because obviously you don't want to they'll just 1-2 around you. So they make this adjustment, good for Providence. So maybe now they just serve it in. We'll see.
This is the first corner kick on the far side of the field today for the Royals. Curler sent in just outside the 6. Madden Greenway heads it. It was at the feet of Plain, and she might not have been able to settle it off the hard bounce because she had what looked like a pretty good look right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a volley, so it's a tough technical shot, but it definitely, if she could have struck that, it had some momentum.
Would you possibly consider have a header right there? Because that ball's coming down with some speed. You could probably get some, get some velocity on that with a header.
I think straight volley right there.
All
She just didn't get it struck correctly, but straight volley. And if you take an extra touch, there's all kinds of players running out at you. So straight volley to the back of the net.
Here's a question for you at home. Let's take a guess of which one was the collegiate college soccer coach. The smart girl on my left or the dumbo who's giving play-by-play for you? Ground ball taken up by Stevens. She'll bring it out.
It's good to see Emma Johnson in there, and
Yes.
she's been good. Just a freshman.
And it's almost like she didn't get her. I mean, she did, but it's more of, she's right back into fifth gear, and she's moving.
Heavy collision. And by this time of the season, you do have a lot of nicks. You're beat up. It's like any other sport. 20 games.
At the 18, taken out of bounds. And again, everyone talks about, we've talked about, like Minnesota being the hockey state, gritty hockey, football. People don't really understand. I'll say honestly myself for a long time, never understood the grind it is to play a full 80 minutes on the biggest stage in high school soccer.
Oh my gosh, it's these women are tremendous athletes. It is a lot, and they work year round at this. They do all things. They technically train. Everybody's playing year round now, touching a ball every day. They do strength training. They do speed training. You got to be fit and fast. Best sport in the world, Zach.
As a baseball lover, I'll die on a hill arguing with you. But tonight, I'll agree with you.
One of the best sports.
Okay.
But tonight, it is the best sport. 1 minute left in the half.
Again, if you just joined us, Zach Bain alongside former Gopher women's coach Mickey Denny-Wright. Final minute of play has begun in the first half of the Class A girls title game. Again, Watertown-Mayer got on the board fast on a corner kick. Here comes Greenway moving in.
She is. And another corner.
Another corner on the far side.
I feel like these have been very dangerous.
Yes, they.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a volcano getting ready to erupt.
You just feel it. Yeah, you have a sense here,
honestly,
especially as a coach. This back, I have a sense here. Providence seems very good at these balls.
Curler into the 6, headed back to the
what a win by Blair.
To the far side. Blair, a beautiful job. Beckett has it in the far side line drive, and it actually looked like it went over the net. And it goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in. But the final seconds of the first half tick away. The teams will head to the locker room, tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, this is a great back-and-forth matchup.
Again, early on, it was number 7, Ansley Blair, scoring off the corner kick for the Royals. It took a bit, but the Golden Girl herself, Madden Greenway, evened things up later on in the first half. And we got ourselves a 1-1 ball game in the girls' Class A state title matchup. All right, and then we're going to get a snapshot, a little recap here of the Watertown-Mayer Royals.
A little less than 40 miles due west of downtown Minneapolis sits Watertown-Mayer High School, welcoming students from those two cities and the surrounding area since 1962. Royal Pride is a crowning achievement, both in the hallways and the community. Principal Bob Hennon is now in his 28th year working at the school. He likes to say that Watertown-Mayer is a small school with big opportunities.
In the classroom we have, I think, over 20 college in the schools courses, up to like almost 80 college credits. All kinds of elective areas. We still have all those things, 4 to 5 different sports in every season at least. And then we have a lot of co-curriculars like, Mont Trial, speech, knowledge bowl, robotics. Again, for a school our size and a communities our size, we take a lot of pride in the fact that we just, like I said, we're a small school in some respects, but a lot of opportunities. And that's kind of our tagline, is connections and opportunities.
And they have created a unique way to encourage and identify those of the 485 students which take advantage of the wealth of opportunities.
It's easy to recognize 3 sport athletes, for example, so we always had a triple crown. We started a high 5 so any kid who's in 5 co-curriculars. So that could include speech, musicals, knowledge bowl, robotics. And our idea behind that was to make sure we not just promote athletics, but we promote all of our activities. And there's a big banner in our hallway, main hallways every year that goes up. So, and a lot of our kids who are involved in athletics also are involved in our fine arts too.
Accommodating, encouraging, respectful. It all makes Watertown-Mayer a great place for students and faculty.
You know, you say hi to kids, they say hi back to people. Kids are enjoying their time with each other. It's just, like I said, it's just very relaxed, especially from a principal perspective. Like, I get to make more of a positive difference with kids. I don't have to spend my time dealing with the negatives so much. And I think that's what our teachers would say too, and even our kids. I mean, you know, like last year we did a survey, like 99% of kids said they at least had one friend and one adult who they feel like care about their success. And that's pretty remarkable that almost 100% of our kids feel that way.
Just a sweet 16 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis, in the city of Plymouth, you'll find Providence Academy. It's been open a quarter of a century now and is one of the few independent Catholic prep schools in the nation. Principal Kurt Yeager says it's no surprise when it comes to the foundation which the school was built on.
You know, our motto is faith, knowledge, virtue, and the faith part of it, you know, there are going to be some visible ways you see it. We do have daily mass here. We do have a chaplain assigned by the Archdiocese, a priest who's here all day, every day. We do have a couple of Dominican religious sisters, one who teaches second grade, one who teaches middle school, so that we have that presence here for sure. Our morning begins with prayer every day. At noon, there's a chime that rings here, and we all stop what we're doing regardless of where we are and pray the Our Father together.
A rigorous course in religion highlights what, for the most part, is a fairly typical curriculum. The school is pre-K through 12, with 348 students in 9th grade and up. Besides strong academics and athletics, the Lions also roar in other activities, with a jewel in the crown being their Performing Arts Center, which was built in 2016.
Is probably the outside of the professional theaters, you know, like the Guthrie in the Twin Cities, is probably the finest performing arts theater area that you're going to find, with a full orchestra pit and just a really great setup, and you know, seats about 700. It's a really great space, and we use it for a lot of things.
But the students themselves are the true stars of Providence Academy, with the principal providing words of wisdom and motivation.
And I always tell kids, so when you think about this culture and what we're trying to build here, don't be good, be great, and immerse yourself in the culture. If you want to have a great experience here, that's the way to do it. And we want kids that want to really aspire to just immerse in what we're trying to do. And I think we have that. I think we've got a really great culture here.
All right, welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Zach Bain alongside Coach Mickey Denny-Wright. So there's your profile on the Royals of Watertown-Mayer. And again, I know Coach Denny-Wright's very excited to see this. Here are the highlights. I mean, here she is. Here's Madden Greenway pulling it in. A beautiful, fantastic diving stop. And then another, and excuse me, I always thought it was a block shot by McCabe. No, it was just a second save there by Grimm.
Yeah, Grimm's been great off the line, hasn't she? And this one here, the cut in behind. And watch this, Karen just lay out to deny Mink.
Yes.
Who we think's related to Coach Mink in some way.
Yes.
And here's the goal.
Here's
She just
Grimm
pushed it by Grimm. You're right. Grimm flew off her line and finishes it with her left foot. She got in behind.
The acceleration of Madden Greenway on display right there. She got by number 7, Ansley Blair, who's been like a piece of Velcro right on her tonight. It's really been the one misstep from Blair, and it leads to this game being tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, clearly the coach said, this is your job for today, Ansley Blair. So you are going to mark the most prolific goal scorer in Minnesota soccer history. She's now at 62 goals for the year. I'm sure that's a season record. 217 goals overall in her career. That's insane numbers. So I don't know if we're going to ever see that again. So it's fun that everybody here is watching this stream. But Ainsley Blair's a sophomore who's undertaking it, and give her full credit. She's been fantastic.
You know, here's my thought. You know, if you came up to me and you told me this girl, Maddie Greenway, She's the highest goal scorer in the history of the Minnesota State High School League for girls soccer. I'd go, really? And then the next sentence would be, oh, this is her second best sport, by the way. I'd pass out. It's like she's better at something else.
But what we talked about, the Watertown-Mayer mentality. In their first year of the state tournament, their mentality to attack, their mentality to play as a team. Obviously, they're supported over there by a group of blue-collar. They call themselves supporters. But I'm so impressed with that. And not just that, they play some soccer. So really set by Lomel in the middle, that D-mid. They've been good attacking down the right side with Lilies and in the center with Emma Johnson, with Mink up top. They've created some opportunities, and the corner play was tremendous. In the first 3 minutes, they sent 2 over to the corner, surprised Providence, and finished off of it. So, I've been very impressed with Watertown. But on the other side, Providence has seen this game before. They've been here 4 times in the state final, and they won last year. So this is not new to them. And they've been in some great battles this year. So they're so impressive. They bent, but they didn't break. They came back out, gave up the early goal, composed themselves, and now they're playing Providence soccer, which usually runs through Beckett Greenway or Madden.
All right. Well, everyone at home's calling us certified yappers right now, but we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, it's going to be the second half of a tie ball game in the Class A girls soccer state finals.
You're watching NSPN.TV, the Neighborhood Sports Network.
There's a new destination for all things Minnesota high school sports. It's called Strib Varsity. It's from the Minnesota Star Tribune, so you know it's trusted. With a deep bench to cover all of Minnesota. We've rebuilt and relaunched our MM Prep hubs and added more sports. Stories, streams, stats, scores, schedules. We have it all at Strib Varsity. Subscribe today at startribune.com/stribvarsity.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
All right, everyone, welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium in beautiful downtown Minneapolis. Zach Bain alongside Coach Mickey Denny-Wright. And there they are, Coach, the Union. That's what we're calling the student section for what? There's the girl in the fighter outfit on the left. There's another kid wearing a hard hat right in the middle.
Yeah, I think I'm giving them. I've been here for the 3 girls soccer state guys. They're getting the supporters of the day.
There's
for
another
sure.
one.
This group, Zach made up the name Union, but they are impressive. They've been into it, too.
And speaking of Watertown-Mayer, there is the Watertown-Mayer girls soccer team. Again, they scored early on into this ball game. It was number 7. It was Ainsley Blair scoring off of a beautiful corner kick play.
Not only has she had the task of marking up Madden Greenway, but she also scored the goal.
And then here they are. Here are the Lions of Providence Academy. They evened up the game. It was number 30, Maddie Greenway, evened things up halfway through the first half.
The Union's on fire.
Yes, they are.
They're bringing it for the second half.
They want their
a lot of faith in the team.
They're on their lunch break right now, the Union. They're on their
but they are an
break.
Impressive student section.
Yes.
Not that Providence has a good one, too.
No,
they have a good
do.
one, too, just a little bit more quiet.
Yeah,
refined would be the word.
Yes.
They do have a good one, too.
I mean, I haven't been to many high school events, even college events, where I've seen someone dressed up as a firefighter. Here comes Greenway on the near side. Greenway moving in. looking to the right, trying to curl around the corner again. Greenway stutter steps, stops to the left, stops at a dime, passes back to the near side. Smart play there by Greenway as the defenders for the Royals are starting to hone in on her. Ball's in the middle. It is number 5. That is Beckett Greenway. Again, as I've said, everyone talks about Maddie Greenway. Don't get me wrong, for good reason. Don't forget, her sister Beckett is a darn good athlete herself.
21 goals on the season, so she's the second leading scorer on the team.
Oh, boy.
He's definitely letting him play. I mean, and he's been consistent on both sides. So, the thing I always ask for is some consistency so the players know what to expect, but he has definitely been consistent.
Loose ball rolling, picked up by the fence, and it's going to go banged out of bounds.
And this will be interesting to see what each coach is a first-year coach coming to the state tournament. Obviously, Providence has been here before. Watertown has not. Watertown-Mayer has not, but it'll be interesting to see what adjustments do they make at half.
Could you imagine getting hired and then a few months, I mean, I don't know when he was hired, but starting day one of practice and then realizing in a few months, hey, you're going to be coaching in the state title game in the school, first time in school history.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, what a great job, because I think typically the first year is one of the toughest years as a coach just to get your system established, your culture, and they've done, to end in the state final is huge. And Providence is bringing the pressure here. So, one of the things Coach Moran might have said is that we're going to get numbers forward. We're going to put more pressure, put them under more pressure.
And I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a contrast to the opening half.
And you can see the outside back here getting forward, and that makes a huge difference.
Nice shot off of the bar!
Rip. Getting forward from an outside back. That's number 17.
Oh, that was a beautiful long-distance shot on the near side. And it goes right back to her. That is actually number 10, Michaela Green,
a freshman.
And Green was about 6 inches too high from tying this ball, giving Providence their first lead on the night. And what I was about to say before that is, lo and behold, we have a corner kick, and here's a replay right here.
Yep. But a great opportunity there. It looks like that Providence is bringing more attack and more of an attacking mentality, getting numbers forward.
Corner to the box, Grimm aggressive once again. She retreats back in between the pipes. Battle just outside the 6.
That service is so dangerous, just hard to clear.
And it's going to
every time it's been a dangerous service into the box.
And like I was going to say before, that little flurry right there and that beautiful shot, it's a contrast to the opening half because Providence Academy to start the game on offense seemed a little both passive and a little bit anxious, and they look a lot more clean cut to start out.
It's a great point, Zach. You got to appreciate they've really come out on fire here, trying to take the game straight to Watertown.
On the near side, there's Green who ripped that beautiful shot. Again, it was maybe less than a foot too high from giving the Lions their first lead of the night. That's banged out of bounds. What's it going to be? It's going to be a corner kick.
Another one. And I think Beckett takes all of these, does she not? But it's great service, no wonder. Here's where she's at her best on this side.
Her sister is lined up. Her sister crashes in early this time.
Yeah.
And off of the head! And that's off a defenseman on the right side post. It wasn't off of Grimm, but Grimm picks it up.
That's why you have somebody on the post, Zach. Some teams have taken players off the post, but this is why you keep players on the post. She just saved a goal there.
I won't see we have a break. I hope we see a replay of that because, I'm not sure what defender it was, but it was like she had Gorilla Glue on her right hip.
Yeah.
She was not leaving that post.
And that is exactly what you're taught to do. So you're trying to shrink the goal because the goalkeeper can't get to that post. So you're shrinking the goal for the goalkeeper, and that you don't leave until they tell you, and that's exactly what she was supposed to do.
Chase a long one hopper, taken on the long hop by
But
Grimm.
I think that's exactly what Providence wants to do there, right? Beckett sending a lofted ball with backspin right to her sister on the back post, and she just hammers it home with her head.
One thing to note here, Chase number 7 for Providence. She started this game on the bench, I believe. She started this half at forward for the Lions.
Yeah, you appreciated her coming in, thought she made an impact, so the coach is rewarding her by obviously starting her this half.
On the far side, over to Schaefer, tries to bang it up, taken at half field by the Royals. Ball's at the defense of the Lions. Winding up for a line drive, batted back right the other way.
Providence has sure been impressive this
And
first 5 minutes. They
yes,
really,
they have.
they're better on possession. They're better in getting numbers forward.
And also slowing things down, it looks like, passing back to the own goalie. That we have not seen that almost at all so far tonight.
And this is another good ball in. So, yeah, Providence has come out on fire here. Now it's going to be interesting to see Watertown respond. They came out the first half on fire, but they're going to have to match Providence's intensity or they're going to be in trouble here shortly.
Again, if you did not catch the semifinals, Watertown-Mayer won in one of the better semifinal games you'll ever see.
Michaela Green, another time up the flank.
Yes.
Send her forward. Set her free out of the back. I love it.
Greenway in the middle, crashing left foot. Nice block. Another one, that is number 7. There's Chase again. Racing to her left is Grimm. She'll scoop up
and
the
there's
ground
Blair
ball.
again, still on the pocket of Madden Greenway. Another half of that. And 80 minutes of chasing around one of the best athletes in Minnesota athletics history. Have fun.
So again,
she's doing a great job.
Well, what I'll say is, and you have much more knowledge than I do. We've made that very clear. But how is that as a defenseman? Because again, Blair was mainly on the far side last time. Obviously, the team switched sides at the half. But now she's having to cover more of the middle of the field because that's where Maddie Greenway's breaking to.
Well, she stayed on the right side here. So you're right. Maddie Greenway starts on the right side of the field on both sides. But she's mobile. So she can move anywhere. I'm sure the coach gives her freedom to go wherever she wants to go. But this is tough. I mean, you're right. Chasing around, Madden it's a task, and she's only a sophomore.
Greenway off of the right shin of number 20, that's Croddick, and it goes out of bounds. A throw-in upcoming here for the Lions. Right on the sideline, who touched it last? And it's going to be the Royals who, once again, a few more yards gained on that. And another throw-in upcoming. This time it's Beckett throwing it in. Oh, nope, she'll hand off. High throw-in right to Madden Greenway.
Fun to see this right back get into the attack here. I think that's made all the difference. And a lot of times with these 4-3-3s, it is important. And I would like to see Providence continue to push these outside backs forward.
Number 20 for Watertown-Mayer, again, Lily Craddock, she did not touch that ball. And at first I think she meant to, and then I think she's happy she didn't because that ball went right out of bounds, and that's going to result in a throw-in here for the Royals.
Michaela Green, number 10 here on the right side. I think that's a great plan by Providence to throw those outside backs forward more.
Greenway moving in, poked out of the box right away. Up on the near side, there's Mink. Mink on the football sideline, near side, pressured right away. And yes, I think the whistle's going to blow.
Yeah, I think he's been consistent all day, right? So it's that kind of tackle when you get all ball. He is consistently not called that, so I'm okay with that.
Near side poked up nicely, but no one's out in front there for Mink. And that ball takes a bit to roll out, and it does.
I think she's still shooken up a bit from the tackle.
Yeah.
She just didn't see it coming, so it was from behind. She didn't see it coming.
And then Greenway curls into the middle, sends a long one, and she was looking there for Chase. Near side back up to Chase, this time from Beckett, and Chase, it's actually batted out of bounds by Eigenman. Throwing on by the 18, that's given up to number 17, Eigenman. Gets it upfield, nice ball up to Plan.
We talked about this ball, the backside ball.
Backside ball, foot race for it.
Karen is so tough back there.
And that's going to be a Royal throw-in.
But a great backside ball. We talked a little bit about that the first half. Those have been successful on the right side for Watertown-Mayer, and it seems to unbalance the defense, but Karen was just too quick getting over.
Allen throwing in again. Again, a Royal throw-in, and this has really been the first, honestly, really solid offensive opportunity of the second half for the Royals. Sent in and out of bounds.
Yeah, it really has. Providence dominated that first 10 minutes, but the game of soccer, it ebbs and it flows. So credit to Providence, but can they keep that same intensity? 30 minutes less to play. This is such a critical moment after those first 10.
And why is that? Why is it so critical after the first 10 of the second half?
Well, I think this they've set the tone. Providence has set the tone, but what do you do now? So can you be consistent with that mentality? So the team that's able to bring the same effort and the same mentality and the same intensity, that's the team that's going to have success the second half. this is razor thin. This game, the next goal may do it, right? 30 minutes left. Coaches will also say, we got to play the full 80, not just the first 10, not just the last 5. And how can you not? I mean, this is it. This is the final game of the season, right? So this is everything. Some of these kids this is it. I mean, for a lot of these seniors, this is the last moments to try to win a state title.
And if we talked about the officiating being really good and consistent. You talked about the next goal. Hey, the next whistle might end up being the deciding factor. I did the boys section final game. It was Mounds Park Academy and St. Croix Prep, and it was in overtime. And it was the referee. It was a rainy night, not many stoppages at all, and it was a stoppage 5 minutes into overtime for Mounds Park Academy. And I sadly don't remember the name, but it was a 20-yard beautiful free kick, crossed the line, and it sent Mounds Park Academy to state.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to play with that kind of commitment and that kind of mentality.
That was a very smart play by Greenway. I think Greenway recognized herself. She was offsides there. Greenway works her way into the 18. Going left, trying to curl into the middle, taken by Grimm. Grimm pounces on it and scoops it up.
Really impressed with her off the line. How aggressive is she off the line? And we talked about that the first half. It takes courage.
And there's Greenway moving in once again.
What a great move. And I love that she played it across because there's players there just to knock it in. Well, but look at this. So you see how Grimm has to put her face down there. You can imagine the kind of courage it takes from good goalkeepers. This is the place that Watertown at times gets caught looking with those balls in behind.
Yes.
So Providence, when they play those, they have so much pace up top with 7 and Greenway and, a lot of these, their front 3. And I think sometimes Watertown gets caught on the through balls. They're really good at defending the balls into the forward's feet, but sometimes they're vulnerable to that ball in over the top. That's really when Providence started to find some success the first half, is sending some balls over the top. And here Karen realizes that, and she does another one. So this is the ball that has caused them some grief right here.
And she actually, not sure who the defenseman was, but she kind of directed traffic. She told Greenway, hey, go right, go right.
Blair with another tackle.
Yep, and then Greenway is actually.
You could see this ball. They always like that. She's going to have to play it quicker so she's not off. There you go.
Far side, good. 1 foot race for the ball inside the 18.
But who's there? It's Karen.
It's Karen
She's
again.
had a great second half, has she not?
Far side, Watertown-Mayer pass to the middle, over a header still in the 18. Ball still in the 18, finally cleared out by the Lions.
Great job by Lomel over there with a fantastic service.
There it is again.
She beat the goalkeeper. But somebody's got to get a shot off, right?
Yes. Nice pass to the far side, sending it up, and a stop. A beautiful stop on the other side, this time by Stevens.
Saved it with her foot. So she was diving across for the cross. It hit off Karen, deflected in, and she saved it with her feet. As we talked about the next 10, so Providence dominated that first 10, but it doesn't matter because guess what? Watertown has woken up.
And this is what we saw early on in the first half with the Watertown-Mayer offense. They were, complete the full 9 yards. Moving in, here comes Greenway. Greenway stutters by a defender. Greenway accelerates, goes to the left, turns it upfield, right a line drive at Grimm.
It's just, she gets going. When she gets going, she is so hard to stop, and you just kind of hold your breath, don't you? You just like, it's magic when she gets going.
We're kind of wincing up here saying, here comes Greenway. The only person who wasn't doing that was Lauren Grimm, the goalkeeper for the Royals, and she made a tough save on a really fast line drive heading straight for her.
Greenway, when she gets going, she is so fast with the ball. So you talk about kids that are fast without the ball, and then kids are really fast with the ball. And what she is fast with the ball. And there's that ball in behind.
And there's Greenway getting called for offsides.
Okay, it was very tight, I would say. Very tight call there. I'd have to see it on replay, but obviously the official is down there, and I'm not, but that was very tight.
There have been a few times really in the second half where Greenway has kind of almost caught herself offsides.
Yeah, we talked about those balls in behind. She's really good at recognizing those, and they find them being behind, and I feel like that is where Watertown-Mayer is most vulnerable, is that ball.
Yes.
Because they get caught, looking ahead, trying to defend the ball into feet, and then you serve it over top, and there she is. And with that kind of pace, it's so hard to recover when she's in behind you.
Headed right back the other way.
So it's even. Now we're 25 minutes left in this half. So even. So many chances. End-to-end action. This is when it gets fun. Tie game.
Again, one thing we noticed right away in the first half, basically to cover Greenway, Watertown-Mayer playing with 4 defensemen, a 4-defense line. And they're basically.
And then Blair is just marking Greenway for the
battle. It was this time with Plon. Little contact again. The consistency continues. We play
Remember,
on.
Greenway has 10 goals in the state tournament. So she's setting all kinds of records. The great thing about Watertown-Mayer is they don't care. And it takes a whole team. It just can't be her. So I think Karen has made some wonderful plays in the back line to really save Providence on that right side, that backside ball that they're playing in.
Number 23, Lindsey Hunt, as well, has had some solid scoring opportunities as well, because she finds some gaps because everyone's focused on Greenway. And then I've been saying it quite a lot. Again, Marina Chase, number 7, she started off the bench in the first half. She started half number 2. She's had a solid game setting up some passes for Greenway as well.
You love to see them play soccer. Watertown is for real. So a lot of people, small town, but Watertown is for real. They play good soccer.
Speaking of moving in is that looks like it's 17 Eigenman moving in, and I thought there was a whistle. No, there's not. That's just the excitement from the Union over there. Ball's on the football sideline over there. Taken away nicely. Moving on in Romo. Nice block. Still in the 18, however. This is a more of a lesser velocity shot. A couple hopper right scooped up by Steves.
Gosh, Lommel again in there. Fantastic. And then on the other side, Lily's over there. She's done a really good job of running down that flank, and they found her quite a few times. They like to find her on the flank.
And here's a whistle. Stoppage upcoming. It's another injured.
And I wonder if this is from previous. I know Emma Johnson went down previously in the game. Kind of had to be helped off, and now she's hurt again. So.
And looking at my binoculars, she looks to be in more pain than she was.
Yeah.
She was able to walk off on her own power, and I can confirm it is Emma Johnson again.
Yeah, and you feel for the kid. She's trying to play and trying to help her team, but
and then
she's just in too much pain.
There you see, there is the student section for the Lions of Providence Academy. We're going to get them their just due, too.
There you go.
They're showing up.
Not just
in a
the
good
Union,
amount of
it's the
drills.
Lions. They did.
I think it's more of a math thing. You talk about geometry. Well, I mean, look at the section where the Union's sitting. They're wider, so they're a little more narrow over there, but they're more rows back. And there's the Union. There's our fighter chief. There they are. Yeah, they.
Okay, they win. They win the spirit competition. I'm sorry.
And
there you go.
Want more noise over on the far side. Look at that. And actually, more of an important development. Emma Johnson is being helped off the field. She cannot put any weight on that right leg.
Dang it. That's tough to see. She is trying so hard to play through. You could see a couple of injuries here to help her team.
There was an injury stoppage because of her in the first half, and she walked off on her own power. She came back into the game. Yeah. And again, a nice ovation for Emma Johnson of the Royals.
Yeah. Here you go, but she gave her all. So here you go. And so the next, they have depth up top, which is a good thing.
I mean, what an effort by the freshman.
Yeah. Freshman. Good thing is she's not a senior, right? She's only a freshman.
Yes.
I have a feeling Watertown might be back in this thing. Might be the first year of many.
We talked about, early on with the starting lineups, especially for Watertown-Mayer, a lot of younger starters in this starting lineup for the Royals.
Yeah, they do lose Lommel in the middle, who's fantastic, but they bring Blair back. They lose Fawn, number 11. So they do lose a little bit.
They lose Stucci on the defense as well. And she's had a solid game. Don't forget about her. Again, all the defenders for Watertown tonight have had a very strong game against one of the more prolific offenses in the game in the Providence Academy Lions. But that doesn't count out the very strong scoring ratio that the Royals of Watertown-Mayer. You don't have to be a calculus teacher at the U of M to figure out, hey, that's a pretty darn good scoring differential for the Royals.
Yeah, they defend well. They're super well organized and very well coached. Credit to Coach Mink and his staff. They are very well coached.
And that's the thing. You are very strong statistically on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's one thing to be strong in terms of goal scoring or preventing goals. When you're doing both at the level that they're doing, that's something you don't see a lot, and that's honestly why they've made their way to the state title game.
It's so fun to see new teams, come into this arena. That you see a lot of the same teams in Minnesota high school soccer. Obviously, we talked about Wayzata and Matamita just won their 12th championship, but it is so fun to see some of these newcomers.
Well, you talk about there's another whistle, and that's the second whistle of the half. Both of them have been on the Lions. This one called the number 29. That's Albert.
Because the amount of time it takes to build, these players have to be built up through the youth system in Watertown-Mayer. They have to be taught things. You can't develop a soccer player overnight. I mean, it takes years to develop this kind of skill to play this game. It's not a game you can just jump into. So it just speaks to a lot of people who did a lot of things developing this for a long time.
Foot race for the ball as it went in to the box on the penalty kick. And Steves, the goalkeeper for Providence, scoops it up.
She's made a couple saves now, hasn't she?
She has.
Just like Grimm. We've talked a lot about Grimm because she's had to actually do more.
And, that's going to be another stoppage. This one coming from the near side official over here.
I thought there were hands on the back there.
Yeah.
So whenever you outreach your hands and they go down, they're going to call that. So the other ones, you wonder, why did they call that and not some of the others? Those were tackles where the player was playing the ball. This one, it was because I saw her hands go out. And then she,
That happened to Beckett Greenway earlier in the first. She had that from the back, arm extension, and that's what
Look at Loma with the ball. What a ball in.
Loose ball taken right away, and that's going to set up a good offensive opportunity.
How many times
for the
have
Royals.
you seen Karen come over to cover there as the cover player to help out? But they love to play that ball. And it's Lily's on the right side. She really runs that flank.
Checking into the game for the Royals, number 22, that's Audrey Neaton. She started the ball game.
Another sophomore.
A little fresh legs. Neaton has had another strong defensive night as well. Out of bounds on a throw on the far side, upcoming for the Royals.
This Lomo she's on both sides of the ball. She can defend and attack. That'll be second team All-State, a senior. This is her last hurrah. And what a way to go out in the state final. But she's been impressive. She's putting it all out of there in the field.
Well, and especially as a midfielder. I mean, you know, the thing about a forward, you have your distinct job. Defenseman, you have your distinct job. But what's the unique challenge of being a midfielder as Greenway moves in? Greenway moving in, fire, she scores!
What a goal, fantastic. Just explodes.
The Golden Girl gets her second of the night. She gives the Lions their first lead of the game.
218 goals, Zach. And 218.
And almost none might be more important than that one right there. She hypes up the student section for the first lead for the Lions.
You are seeing history here. So as you said, this is Minnesota high school history, 218 goals.
So Chase checks out of the game. Beckett Greenway checks back into the game after the goal. Possibly some more, I don't see more defensive help in size. Again, Chase is a little faster, a little more narrow in stature. Again, started some very good offensive opportunities, but she checks out now that and it can't be a coincidence that she checks out the moment the Lions get the lead.
Yeah, I would imagine so. But you can see what Madden Greenway does is once she gets ahead of steam, I mean, her explosion, her next level speed with the ball, it's almost unstoppable. I mean, how do you stop that? It would be interesting to see what she could do as a college soccer player.
And
I've thought of that a few times.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that I'm willing to bet that the head soccer coach at the University of Kentucky is going to go, hey, you can play more than one of these, there have been some pretty.
It's tough to do. I think the soccer coach is going to be more open than the basketball coach. That's my thought, right? The soccer coach is like, bring it on. And the basketball coach is like, yeah. So it is what it is, but it is going to be sad to say that she's not going to put on her cleats again. She's done.
On the near side.
Because it would be interesting to see what she could do at the next level.
Fought for it, the logo. Now back to the line defense, and look at that ball downfield. It goes right to the foot, though. It looks like on the far side over there. That is, I'm not sure that is on the far side as she has to race for the ball. We'll get a number for you in a sec. And smart play to get it out of bounds. I believe that is, yes, number 6 over there. That's McCabe.
18 minutes left. I mean, Watertown, you know their mentality. They're not going to quit here. You know, and they've had some opportunities. It's ebb and flowed this half, to be honest. You know, I thought Providence came out and really dominated that first 10 minutes. They came out with a great energy. And then Watertown came over and had a few really good chances.
That one, no, they're going to keep play alive there. Again, there was contact from multiple players on both teams there, and that's probably why the official let everything play on, is really no one incited really anything right there. Beckett Greenway fires one in, line drive, scooped up in the air by Grimm.
Yeah, I don't mind that this official is allowing some physical play, because I think sometimes, you know, when it's girls soccer, they call it too tight. It is a physical game. I mean, Zach, it is a physical game, and it's made to be played physical. Not dirty, but physical. It is part of the game. It's definitely part of the game at the college level. So when I see the high school game be called so tight sometimes, where these girls don't have any freedom to be courageous physically, you know, I find it annoying, to be honest. But so I think he's doing a good job of letting them play. These are physical women. You got to be comfortable with women being physical in the game.
The thing is even at the Division III level.
Oh, there you go. You're not wrong.
You know, you see the size and some of the weight metrics that these girls are squatting, benching, rowing, how fast they accelerate. I mean, I've seen a lot of male athletes be very surprised about the strength attributes that these young student athletes have.
Yeah, the athleticism across the board for, you know, female athletes, especially female soccer players, it's just exploded. I mean, you watched all 3 of these games. I mean, they are such amazing athletes, and it takes, you have to be an amazing athlete to be good at soccer.
Yeah.
Because you have to be fit, you have to be quick, you have to be explosive, you have to be all the things. It demands so much of you, but this is, you just see a new. What a good rip.
That's a nice ball. Again, that was another time. We talked about it in the first half. That was Lindsay.
She is awesome.
That was Lindsay Hutt looking on the far side. She was right in there. That ball was heading right to her. And this
so that's Michaela Green again.
Yes. And here,
that freshman right back.
And there goes Beckett to the far side corner.
Yeah, really enjoying her. She's having a great second half and really making an impact.
Loose ball, and again, Grimm was pretty aggressive. That one gets banged out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick on the near side now.
Green is just hunting for a goal.
Yes.
I think she's trying to become a forward next year.
Hey, Coach.
Coach, there's a lot of times you take those good forwards and you make them back. So I'm going to be honest, I think that might have happened with Michaela Green. And so she's trying to plead her case right here. She's saying, Coach, next year.
Yeah, Coach, put utility on my roster.
Madden Greenway's gone. Put me in there.
Yeah. Near side, this one.
A couple. she can absolutely crush a ball.
Now this corner kick was a lot different than the rest of them we've seen. This one was way outside the 6.
Yeah, when you do that, you get countered because you put everybody in the 6. So not the service you want.
Right on the near side football sideline here. Watertown-Mayer, again, they've been acting honestly in bursts. Their offense, and again, it worked early on in the game. They got the game's first goal. Nice footwork there by Neaton. She still has the ball, passing back to the 30. Racing in to charge that for Providence was Reach. She's off the bench. She's checked into the game. Looks like the Lions forwards and midfielders are playing a little more aggressive than they were in the opening half.
I totally agree. Like we said, there's a difference when you saw them come out the second half. So great adjustment by Coach Moran. I think it made all the difference in the game. She absolutely encourage them to get forward, get numbers into the attack, get on the front foot. You told them, hey, it's 1-1. We have 40 minutes. Who's going to win this game?
Yeah.
We didn't come all this way to sit on our back foot. Let's go.
You know, and I mean, think about Watertown-Mayer. We're not here for the first time to lie down and quit.
No, they're not going to. I've been so impressed with their mentality, and I have a feeling we're going to see them again.
Ball taken away at
this
midfield.
is not going to be the
Greenway.
only opportunity for Watertown-Mayer to be in the state final.
Now,
they've really impressed me. And they may come back from this one, but I think they're going to have another opportunity.
Very interesting. Greenway, as Grimm dives on that one. One thing I just noticed, Madden Greenway's playing defense right now, it looks like.
So they're probably saying, hey, we're up by a goal. They're putting their best player in the back to solidify things.
Deeper ball, foot race for it. It rolls, and it's just to be safe. Looks like Steve's kicked it. It was right in the line of the 18, and there's Greenway keeping it in bounds. Greenway tossing it upfield, passes upfield, taken away, right to the near side. There's Eigenman. Eigenman surveys, slows it down up the middle. Nice pass into a little bit of traffic there, finding a lane. Taken back the other way, right back to Eigenman. Right back to her. Slowing it down herself, boots it to the right a little bit. Directs traffic.
What a ball.
Nice ball into the
Another ball
18. Foot race for it, and it goes out of bounds.
It's just Karen again. So if they're going to pull Madden Greenway in the back, what do you do, Coach? You know what you do? What do you do with Blair?
Well, that's why I call you Coach, because you have the answer.
You put her up top. So that's what I would say, and I think that's the adjustment they're going to make. They're saying, what do we do if we pull Madden? Well, there's no need for Blair to sit back anymore, right? So go ahead and push her straight up.
See,
there you go. They're doing the same thing. So that's the only thing about making Madden Greenway come back is you can now have Blair, who's possibly their best athlete and player, get further forward up the field.
I mean, just as you were saying that, Coach Mink was right away directing traffic on the bench.
There he goes.
And he had the same idea you did. I should ask you for the Powerball numbers.
But, I think that this is – when you stop attacking a team like Providence, things can get a little dangerous. You know why? Because Providence never stops attacking.
No.
They've scored how many goals? So we're at 120 for the season, which is the highest in the state. So when you ask them to sit back, this is not something they even, they're comfortable doing. So it's definitely a risk, no question about it.
Now, again, like we've been saying, the Watertown-Mayer offense has really been working in bursts and really a lot of congestion intentionally, created by the Lions.
So they've gone to the 3-back, which makes, total sense, right? Great adjustment by Mink. He's going to the 3-back. Why not? You're down a goal. There's 10 minutes left. This is the one thing that is, you only have a few back there, but you lose by 2, it's the same. You still lose, right?
Yes.
So you have to go for it. So they only are playing 2 up top now, and Watertown is able to get more numbers forward.
Here comes Greenway on the near side, fires it, and too tall.
So the thing I think we need to see from Watertown here is a little bit more urgency.
Yes.
Do you not think so? It's 10 minutes.
I agree.
In one game. They seem a little bit fatigued to me, and it may be.
Yes.
I mean, this is a big game. They played at a high pace. They don't play a lot of games at this pace, but I would encourage them. You have 10 minutes left. Lay it all out there. This is, you rest after the season, so you got a chance here. Madden Greenway is not up top any longer. No. She's in the back. Let's play some numbers forward. Let's play some balls forward and see what happens.
Well, and quick replay here. Oh, no, excuse me. It was just that ball's rolling in the stands. So Greenway giving a souvenir to whatever fan makes their way to the other half of the stadium to go grab that.
Unless she does this.
Yeah.
Which is dribble out of the midfield.
Yes.
Because she's dangerous out of there, too. I mean, she's going to impact the game anywhere, but I would like to see Watertown get more direct, play some balls forward, right?
Yeah, and again,
get more numbers.
The Royals started off very fast to open this ball game up. I mean, they were rolling at 90 miles an hour right away. So, I mean, they might be a little fatigued from that. I mean, again, it's a marathon. It's an 80-minute marathon. It's not a sprint, and they should know because, again, they play in a very long game against the Crusaders of Cathedral in the semifinals.
And here's the thing is, credit to Providence. They do not look fatigued, do they?
No.
At all.
No. Well, they look very poised coming out of the locker room for this second half. They look.
Yeah, they've had a great second half. Better second half than first,
yes.
You're right.
And here we go again. A corner kick on the near side. And here comes Beckett.
And these are always so dangerous. They've really been unlucky not to get one off of this.
And one thing I will say is, don't think that Beckett Greenway is stuck in the shadow of her sister. Beckett is a very strong athlete herself. It's loose inside the 6, and it's pounced on by Grimm.
They've really, let's be honest, they've been unlucky not to get one there.
Yes.
They are dangerous on corners.
And again, we've talked about the volcano almost dormant, almost ready to erupt. At what point does Watertown-Mayer stop getting away on those unlucky breaks for the Lions?
Then you got to make the most of it on the other side here. You can learn from Matamidi today. All you need is one opportunity. And that's about all they had, and they finished it. They put it in the back of the net. Then Watertown's created more than that.
Now, that's not to take away from Providence goalkeeper Audrey Steve. She's had to make some very critical saves, especially late in the first half and a couple here in the second half on the few opportunities that the Royals offense has had.
Great point. And Karen coming over to cover so many important tackles she's won in the second half. Providence has played a better game in the second half. They've really come out. I've been super impressed with them this half. In the same way, Watertown has matched them step for step. I mean, they've created some great things. This is a heck of a team. This has been an even battle.
Yes. You know, one question I have, you obviously are a long-time collegiate women's hockey, women's soccer coach at the Division I level in the Big Ten. You know, of course, you collaborate and talk with other collegiate coaches. As a college coach, what are you looking for in a young woman who wants to play soccer at the next level?
You know, I think you're looking for things we've seen out here, but athleticism. Oh, here's an opportunity.
And there comes Steve's sliding on that. And one thing I like, the sliding form of Steve's there, because what she's doing is you slide laterally like that. You slide forward, hey, a little lift on that ball. Yeah, it's a done deal. But no, she prevents any shot from above or to the side with that sliding technique.
In 6 minutes here, they have a push. I love that they're making a push, and they're putting numbers forward. Now, in the same way, you know, Providence, this is the time where you go to the corners, you hold the ball, you take a little bit longer on throws. You know, you have a running clock here, so take your time. And they know how to finish off games. Obviously, they're the defending state champs. They've been here before. But Otterville is putting a lot of numbers forward, and I love that. And maybe one of those backside balls that they've been so good at this today.
Beckett Greenway sends one high and to the right, going to set up a goal kick here. But again, going back to the question of as a collegiate coach, again, what are you looking for in terms of the play style or the character both on and off the field?
Well, there's a physical element that, Division I physical element, just like there is in any sport. Here's Lomo. And then a technical ability, a tactical ability, and then, the undeniable heart and the grit factor.
Because like what you're saying.
Oh, I love this.
Yes,
what a great
nice
ball. Get in. And that's Blair contributing, right? She's back in the center of the
physical
park.
play to keep it in bounds.
Come
a beautiful
on, Blair.
play. Ball's inside the middle. It goes bit behind over to Greenway.
Oh, geez.
And the Union.
Yeah, it's a physical game, right?
The Union wants a call, but that looked like just a battle, and Greenway
But I
likes
think I love that the Union is pushing this group on. So here you go, 5 minutes, Watertown-Mayer. What do you have in you? And they're pushing all kinds of numbers forward.
Again, this is the first ever state berth in the history
a little bit more direct.
This is the first state berth in the history of the Royals girls soccer program, trying to make their first trip count.
And they know what these tight games are all about. They had to come through on PKs. What a ball.
Nice ball on the far side, having to straddle it for a little bit. Fires blocked right away by Karen.
Karen with another block.
Karen with a beautiful second half.
There you go, get in.
Karen again clears it out of the 18. High ball curling in, racing to grab the fly ball.
This is awesome.
Steves.
This makes it exciting, right? Last 4 minutes here.
On the near side, taken away there by Neaton. She has a little bit of trouble with it. She'll send it out of bounds.
Probably not what she wanted to do there.
Yeah, about to say, I was going to ask you what you thought of that one.
Yeah, because now they're time wasting, right? That gives them about 20 seconds, but it happens. That's okay. You still got time, plenty of time.
Greenway
plenty of time.
Sends it up to her, looking for her sister. A couple bounces on the near side. Barely keeps it in bounds. Again, that near side official has a good look on it.
Yeah, you can see her, she's smart here. Go to the corner because it's so hard to dig out of the corner.
Greenway.
And that's why that ball out of bounds was so a big deal, right? Because it allowed them to trap it here in the corner.
That's a smart play there by Neaton because she batted it to the left of the flag there or to her right. That's a throw-in instead of a corner kick because once we've said again, That corner kick volcano is about to erupt at some point for Providence Academy.
This is Chase on the ball, and she's been good up there.
Yes.
Again, a player coming back next year. Maybe can fill some of those goal-scoring ways of Madden Greenway and help Providence continue their dominance in 1A.
Blair now on the far side. Battle on the
Great
far
battle.
side. Won
Here
by
we go,
Blaine.
Lomo.
Lomo
So many great things happen
moves
through
it.
her and Blair.
Blair, and taken away by Greenway. Greenway, head of steam. Greenway moves into midfield, and a whistle is going to be blown, I believe. No, excuse me. I thought the official had his hand up stopping
Here we go.
play.
We got plenty of time. There
Nice
you go.
pass
What
to
a
the near
ball.
side up to Eigenman.
She's going to need some
Eigenman
players in the
moves
box.
in. Eigenman to the middle. The box fires. It's a save by Steves.
Incredible effort. Incredible effort.
Just over 2:10
On
remaining.
all sides. We said there was another opportunity over there for Watertown,
And again-
and there was.
And that was a long ball again to the near side.
What a great ball.
Beckett now moving near side. Beckett Greenway trying to turn the field. It's kept in bounds. Beckett Greenway right by the football side. They poked up and out of bounds off of the foot of Neaton.
What a great opportunity. And no matter what you say, they have certainly left it all out here.
Yes.
That took tremendous effort, and it was a fantastic service.
Blair near side now in their own 18. Back it right at once again to Neaton, who clears it out this time. Ball is at the middle now, curling near
Minute
side
30.
over to
Can you
Greenway.
get one more? Here you go. The Union
Trying
is
to,
urging them on.
and here they might have a chance. They get a throw in.
You got plenty. Let's go. It's got to be direct, though. It's got to be quick.
There they are. Near side. Looking to cross the field over the head of Chase. Chase broke in and gets a good opportunity to work it upfield for the Royals, but they send it right to, that's Schaefer over there who sends it upfield. Ball is rolling, less than a minute
It's
left
so
to
impressive.
play.
You get to see how fatigued Watertown is.
Yes.
They have certainly left it all out here today. Nothing to be ashamed of. They have left it all out here, and they've dealt with just a once-in-a-lifetime attacking unit here.
Do the Royals have one last gasp? They have 40 seconds to work. Goal kick upcoming. This might be the last breath for the Royals. Goal kick right up the middle. Over to Blair. Blair in the middle of the field trying to send a long ball. Deflected to the right for a moment. Taken by Beckett Greenway. Poked upfield. It's out of bounds. It's going to remain Royal ball. 19 seconds left. Quick work by Eigenman. Throws it in quick. It goes back out of bounds again. Once again, Eigenman will throw in. 10 seconds remaining. Headed right back the other way. Blair has it. Last gasp of air. And the game is over. The Lions roar to another Class A state title.
What a great win by Providence Academy. Complete game. Fantastic goals. Took a total team effort there at the end.
The Golden Girl, Madden Greenway, puts an exclamation mark on the end of her soccer career. She scores both goals in a championship victory for her Providence Academy Lions.
218 goals on a career, so we're seeing the end. I don't know if that'll ever be beat. So we're seeing Minnesota soccer history here, but also credit to the entire team because at the end,
Yes.
Watertown gave them all they could. I mean, this was an even battle, and it took goalkeeping. It took Karen at the back. It took the midfield. It took everything out of Providence, and they did a total team effort. You know what? They had a great second half.
Yes.
They came out of that halftime and really put the foot to the pedal. You could see their energy. They came at it. They said, we are going to get the second goal.
Yes.
And then they sat back and defended.
And again, we've said this already a lot of times. This is the first time that Watertown-Mayer has ever been to the state tournament, but to be honest, it didn't look like it.
Wow, what a brave team.
Yes.
They've got an attitude. I mean, it was so fun to see them. And credit to them, nothing to hang their heads about. They're going to be back, and they'll be even better. Very impressed.
They have announced that they're here, and they're here to stay for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they surprised a lot of people, including me watching them. I said, this team plays some soccer. So really a lot of credit to Watertown. That was a fantastic game. Great way to end the 2025 Minnesota High School Girls Soccer Tournament. That was a blast, Zach.
Yes, it was. And there you see the student section for the Providence Lions getting ready to cheer loud and proud when their team once again hoists up that state title trophy. And then here's one more replay here. Here's Madden Greenway right there, sending it into the box, and a beautiful save right there. We saw that in the first half. That was grim. Again, that was in the first half, a beautiful play. And then here comes the other beautiful play we're talking about, a crazy play. Missing it was Green. She tried to get it out of bounds. A beautiful block shot. There's Karen again.
I just love Karen laying out. How many wins did she have?
Yes.
She was a central piece.
And then there's Greenway. There's Grimm being aggressive out of the box. And then Madden Greenway takes advantage. That tied the game in the first half.
That was the 1-1 going to half, and then Providence came out and really dominated that first 10 minutes.
And then here comes a beautiful shot here upcoming by number 10 of Providence. That's Michaela Green. Again, she was just a maybe half foot shy of giving them the lead early on in the second half.
Future forward.
Come on, coach. I can play center field.
Yeah, they were dangerous on all of these.
And then there it is.
There it is.
And there's the beautiful play. We talked about Grace McCabe having a beautiful defensive night. And then here's Greenway again looking like Justin Jefferson moving upfield here at US Bank. And that gave the that gave the Lions the lead, and they never looked back.
Yeah, I mean, credit, that's who you'd expect to have the game winner here. And when she starts and gets ahead of steam, she's just so hard to stop. But a great game by both, and that was a high-quality 1A championship. Really fun to see so much talent.
From St. Cloud Cathedral defender Emily Schopp. From St. Cloud Cathedral midfielder Addison Mondlock. From Watertown-Mayer midfielder Ainsley Blair. From Watertown-Mayer, forward, Kaylee Eggeman. From Watertown-Mayer, goalkeeper, Lauren Grimm. From Watertown-Mayer, midfielder, Abigail Plain. From Providence Academy, midfielder Annabelle Elber. From Providence Academy, forward Blake Hudson. From Providence Academy, midfield Beckett Greenway. From Providence Academy, forward, Madden Greenway. Please join True Stone Financial Credit Union and the Minnesota State High School League in congratulating these outstanding student athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Class 1A Girls Soccer All-Tournament Team. The Class 1A third place game was played on Thursday in West St. Paul, with ESCO and St. Cloud Cathedral playing to a 0-0 tie. Both teams shared third place honors. Bronze medals and a Class 1A third place trophy were awarded to both ESCO High School and St. Cloud Cathedral High School. Congratulations to our Class 1A third place teams, ESCO and St. Cloud Cathedral, and all of our Class 1A teams for an outstanding state tournament. And now let's meet and congratulate our second and first place tournament winners. Presenting the awards are members of the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors. They are Brad O'Donnell of St. Clair, Brent Shimmick of Deer River, and Darren Messmore of Providence Academy in Plymouth. Members of the Minnesota State High School League executive staff will assist them. They are Phil Archer, the director of the Soccer State Tournament, and Eric Martins, executive director of the Minnesota State High School League. Silver medals and the Class 1A second place trophy are awarded to Watertown-Mayer High School. The silver medals will now be presented to each member of the team. Please step forward to accept your medal as your name is announced. Starting with goalkeeper Elena Ague. Goalkeeper Lauren Grimm. Number 2, Isabel Sandquist. Number 3, Ashlyn Eggeman. Number 4, Holly Sinnen. Number 5, Bryn Stuckey. Number 6, Grace McCabe. Number 7, Ainsley Blair. Number 8, Leah Staudenmeyer. Number 9, Ellie Lommel. Number 10, Elise Menk. Number 11, Abby Plain. Number 12, Ryan Hazy. Number 13, Kaylee Paschke. Number 16, Ellie Allen. Number 17, Kaylee Eggeman. Number 19, Greta Getsko. Number 20, Lily Craddock. Number 22, Audrey Nathan. Number 25, Drew Illies. Number 33, Emma Johnson. Number 45, Lydia Haller. Student manager, Briella Lenzen. Assistant coach, Sarah Shallgren. Assistant coach, Stephanie Allen. The head coach of the Watertown-Mayer Royals, Dan Menk. And now will the captains of the Watertown-Mayer team please come forward to accept the Class 1A second place trophy. Congratulations to Watertown-Mayer High School, second place, Class 1A girls soccer for 2025. Congratulations to the Royals. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Minnesota State High School Class 1A girls soccer champion is Providence Academy. Each member of the official squad receives a gold medal. The gold medals will now be presented to each team member. Please step forward to accept your medal as your name is announced. Starting with goalkeeper Audrey Steves. Number 4, Lily Sabers. Number 5, Beckett Greenway. Number 6, Cece Karen. Number 7, Mariana Chase. Number 8, Elise Jensen. Number 9, Bella Schaefer. Number 10, Michaela Green. Number 13, Greta Reitz. Number 14, Liz Hughes. Number 16, Samantha McElroy. Number 20, Lydia Graycheck. Number 21, Grace Hubb. Number 22, Ava Teixeira. Number 23, Lindsay Hutt. Number 24, Carolyn Sutcliffe. Number 25, Blake Hudson. Number 27, Francesca Bianchi. Number 29, Annabelle Elber. Number 30, Madden Greenway. Number 32, Shannon Healy. Number 44, Becca Jordan. Student manager, Vivian Werner. Student manager, Lauren Hubbard. Assistant coach, Mo Halling. Assistant coach, Maddie Methune. The head coach of the Providence Academy Lions, Ellen Moran. And now, will the captains of the Providence Academy team please come forward to accept the Class 1A championship trophy. Congratulations to Providence Academy, state champions, Class 1A girls soccer for 2025. Congratulations to the Lions. Please join the Minnesota State High School League in congratulating these athletes and their schools for their outstanding participation in this year's state soccer tournament. Again, congratulations to both schools. The awards ceremony is now concluded. We thank you for your attention. Coming up next will be the final game of the tournament, the Class 1A Boys State Championship game.
All right, welcome back to the post game here. Zach Bain alongside Coach Mickey Denny-Wright. And the Providence Academy Lions have captured another girls soccer state title. They win this game over the Royals of Watertown-Mayer 2-1. And Coach, we're certified yappers, but what's your final thought?
I mean, I think it was a tremendously even game.
Oh, yes.
But also just a showcase of one of the best, most prolific goal scorer in Minnesota State High School history.
Yes.
Around that was a lot of play of a lot of talented players, and I think the Watertown kind of making themselves known. It was like, hey, it's our coming out party, is it not? I mean, they are for real, and I think they're going to be here again. And Providence now established themselves 2 state titles in 4 years, 4 championships. They've done a lot to establish their dynasty.
Yes, and again, Watertown-Mayer, this was their first ever girls soccer state tournament berth, and they made it count. They came up just a little bit short, but they announced that they're here and they're going to be here to stay.
Yeah, and bring the union with you.
Bring the union's still there. They're still they're putting in overtime.
Best student section in Minnesota.
They're putting in over. Can we get one more cut to the one row of union over there? Our friends and. Our friends,
you just have to trust us.
Yes,
you just trust us.
We're gonna get it. There they
They're
are.
Still here.
They're working overtime. Look at them. That's our student.
They'll be back next year.
That's Coach Denny-Wright's student section of the game right there.
Student section of the day.
Especially the firefighter on the left, putting in overtime right there.
Great job,
guys.
That
could be a Halloween costume. But again, hey, we thank you. We have another. This is the conclusion of the 2025 girls high school soccer season here in Minnesota. The next game is the final game of the soccer season. It's the boys Class A state final. For all of our fantastic crew at NSPN, Coach Denny-Wright, I'm Zach Bing signing out for Game 1 of the Class A title. Stay tuned right around the corner. The boys Class A state title is coming up right after this.